Hello and welcome to Soso Kids Channel. Tonight, it's time for a cozy bedtime story. So snuggle up, close your eyes, and let's begin. Once upon a time in a cozy little cottage lived a fluffy gray cat named Leo. Now, Leo wasn't any ordinary cat. Oh no, you see, Leo had a big dream. He wanted to be a mighty lion. Now, every night before going to sleep, Leo would stare out the window at the moon and let out a little meow. And he imagined it was the sound of his mighty roar echoing through the African savanna. He would pounce and leap around the house, pretending to be the king of the jungle. And sometimes he even tried to grow a mane by sticking his collar around his neck. But alas! No matter how hard he tried, Leo was just a little house cat and not a ferocious lion. One day, Leo was practicing his roar when his human, a kind girl named Lily, came into the room. She looked at Leo with a smile and said, "Oh Leo, you make the cutest little roaring sound. You will be the best hunter in the jungle one day." Hearing this, Leo felt a little sad. He didn't want to be the best hunter in the jungle. He wanted to be a lion right now. He wished he could just pounce on some prey and feel the thrill of the hunt. "If only I were a real lion," Leo sighed dramatically. Suddenly, an idea struck him. He would run away from home and live in the wild. Maybe there he could learn to be a mighty lion. So with a determined look on his face, Leo slipped out the door and into the big wide world. At first, Leo was excited about his adventure. He walked through tall grasses, climbed trees and chased butterflies. But as the sun began to set, Leo started to get scared. The forest was dark and scary and he missed the cozy house where Lily would pet him and scratch his ears. Just then, he heard a twig snap and a pair of glowing eyes appeared in the darkness. Leo froze with fear. Was this the moment he would become prey? He slowly turned around and saw a large, furry shape emerging from the shadows. With a start, Leo realized it was a bear. The bear lumbered closer and closer until it was right in front of him. Well, what do we have here?" the bear asked in a deep voice. "A little lost kitten. Where are your mama and papa?" Leo couldn't help but shiver. This was the biggest, scariest animal he had ever seen. I don't have a mama or a papa," Leo stammered. "I'm all grown up and ready to take care of myself." The bear looked at him for a moment, then let out a loud bark. "You can't take care of yourself, little guy. You are too small and weak." Leo's fur bristled. He may be a house cat, but he didn't appreciate being talked down to. "I may not be big and strong like you," Leo retorted, "but I'm a skilled hunter. I can catch my own food." The bear let out a booming laugh that echoed through the forest. "A hunter, you say? Well, then prove it. Catch me if you can." And with that, the bear took off, dashing through the trees as fast as his short legs could carry him. Leo was off like a shot. He dashed after the bear, weaving in and out of the trees. He could hear the bear snickering behind him, daring him to catch up. They ran and ran until they came to a clearing. In the middle of the clearing was a deep ravine, too wide and too high for Leo to jump over. The bear stopped and turned around, his eyes twinkling with mischief. "Looks like you've reached the end of the road, little hunter," he said. "Give up now and I'll let you go without any scratches." Leo took a deep breath and thought quickly. He knew he couldn't outrun the bear, so he needed a new strategy. Looking around, he spotted a low-hanging branch. With a quick burst of speed, he darted under the branch and pounced onto the bear's back. The bear let out a surprised roar and tried to shake Leo off, but Leo held on tight. He dug his claws into the bear's thick fur and hung on for dear life. The bear stumbled and fell, crashing to the ground with a loud thud. Leo jumped off and landed gracefully on his feet. He stared at the bear, his heart pounding. For a moment, neither of them moved or made a sound. Then Leo's eyes widened in surprise. Looking down at his paws, he realized that they were actually little pink paws with tiny claws. And when he tried to roar, all that came out was a squeak. He looked up at the bear, who was also staring at him. But instead of anger, there was amusement in the bear's eyes. Well, the bear said, chuckling. Looks like we have a little house cat here, not a mighty lion. You certainly have guts, little cat, but strength isn't just about size. Being strong is not always about your paws or your teeth. Sometimes it's about being brave and caring too. Leo's ears drooped. He felt ashamed for running away and for boasting about his skills. He missed Lily's warm hugs and the cozy bed he used to sleep in. The bear seemed to sense Leo's sadness. Hey, little cat, why don't you come back with me to the cottage? We can share some honey and berries and you can tell me all about your adventures. Leo hesitated for a moment, then nodded his head. He realized that the real adventure had been learning something about himself. He wasn't a fierce lion, but he was a brave and kind cat, and that was enough. As they walked back to the cottage, Leo noticed that the forest didn't seem so scary anymore. The trees swayed gently in the breeze and the birds sang sweetly in the branches. When they arrived at the cottage, Leo thanked the bear for his help and promised to visit again soon. Then he raced inside and curled up on his bed. Just then, Lily came bounding into the room. Oh, Leo, where have you been? I was so worried, she cried, hugging him tightly. Leo purred and rubbed against her legs. He was so happy to be home. From that day on, Leo never tried to be a lion again. He was content being a little house cat who lived in a cozy cottage and went on adventures with his best friend, Lily. He learned that being strong wasn't just about size or sharp teeth and powerful paws. It was also about being brave, kind and caring. And most of all, it was about appreciating the friends who loved him for who he was, a small gray cat with a big heart. And that's all for tonight's story. Thank you for listening to our bedtime story. Don't forget to like and subscribe to Soso Kids Channel. Sweet dreams and bye-bye.